It's the Sumo Show, the podcast that discusses everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and just want to learn what it's all about, no matter how much you know about the sport, Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So konnichiwa, everyone, and okaeri. Welcome back to my co-host Troy.
Back at it again,
Once more unto the dohyo, as they say.
as they say. How are you, Staniel?
I'm doing good. It was a good tournament. It was a good tournament. I had a lot of fun. A lot of surprises. Of surprises.
Yeah, absolutely. Very surprising surprises.
Surprising surprises. Surprises were sad. Surprises were
yeah.
surprised.
And then some not so surprising.
Well, yeah, and some people performed the way they kind of do.
As one would expect they would.
But there were, and then there were other people who seemed like they were going to give us some big surprises and then didn't.
Yeah, just kind of blew up on the pad, as it were.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, we talked about on Friday night the fact that at our top of the Banzuke did not perform as hoped, but sometimes it'll happen. All 7 of them underperformed.
Yeah.
Nothing to panic about or scream. It'll happen sometimes. But it led to a very interesting 15 days, fortnight.
Yeah.
As it were.
It unlocked something for me. That it's the math part of this that I'm not quite grokking. The Kimboshi to wins ratio to, typical. I mean, it's a new area, and math is not I'm not a mathematologist. Let's just say that.
Mathematologist. Clearly not.
Clearly, no, I'm not.
I mean, so I'm going to start with our two Yokozuna. Now that we have 2 Yokozuna, both have given up a lot of Kimboshi in the 3 tournaments for Hoshoryu and just 1 for Onosato, and they both have percentage rates in the 25 to 30%, which is very high. But they're also very early in their Yokozuna careers. I think the problem, particularly for Hoshoryu, is it's a part of what we've been talking about all along is his performance, the way he has traditionally performed, is to give up about that many, and that's not good over a longer career, right? If he doesn't manage to up his game a bit, he's going to wind up with a really bad record for that, for sure. Onosato, he's too young to really. We don't have enough of a track record on him to say much, but that he performed in this tournament the way he did in his the last couple that he didn't do well before he went on the big winning streak.
Yeah,
he performed about that same way and got about the same result. Right, he still wound up with 11 wins, which is nothing to sneeze at. But he had 4 weak losses, and as a Yokozuna, that will mean giving up Kimboshi. Again, it would be very funny if we have 2 Yokozuna who just have a habit of giving up a lot of Kimboshi, but one of them also wins a lot of tournaments.
yeah. That's the part that people are kind of confusing me about. That it's unusual for someone to give away 4 Kimboshi and then have what do they say? And then go on to have 11 wins or
right. He finished second in the tournament. He was one of the Jun Yusho. He wound up in second place. But the reason that he wound up in second place is that no one went out there. Well, I guess 13 wins for Koto Shoho, who did. We're kind of jumping the gun.
Well, yeah, a little bit. Sorry.
Talking about the results of the last 2 days, which we haven't discussed, but let's assume that people tuning in know the results of this tournament.
Yeah.
Maybe not a good idea. You know what? No. Let's go and talk about the last couple of days and then get back to this.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So we are looking at, because it won't take that long, we're only talking about 2 days here. We're talking about days 14 and 15. And if we come over here and roll this up, we're going over to the Grand Sumo app and how things look. It's the official app of the Sumo Association, which you can get on just about any of your smartphone app stores. There's a free version and a paid version. The difference is how many videos you can watch, basically. Other than that, all the stuff is the same. I highly recommend going and getting it for yourself as a free download. I pay for it, and it's like $5 a month, and totally worth it to me because I can watch as many of the back videos they've got stored in there as I want, and they've
Nice.
They've over the last year or so, they refreshed the interface recently. I don't think that's good, but they have given access to a lot of content.
Awesome. What is the monthly on that?
About $5, I think.
Oh, wow. That's very affordable. I should pick it up.
Yes.
And
So
they're not sponsors of this program. I said, and they're not sponsors of this program.
No, not at all.
Not at all. The opposite, maybe.
No. Yeah. They are active attackers of this program. Or no, that was the other program.
Yes, the other one. This is a different one.
Our previous The Sumo Show.
Yeah. This is Sumo Show.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
coming into day 14, we had Maegashira 1 Ao Nishiki and Maegashira 15 Koto Shoho tied for the lead at 11-2, with Atami Fuji Maegashira 10 and Kusano Maegashira 14 tied for second place. Which made it very likely that one of those four was going to make it.
Yeah,
already. But it was not mathematically impossible for some of the people who had 3 losses to get involved, but it would require both Ao Nishiki and Koto Shoho to go on losing streaks, and Atami Fuji and Kusano to at least split 50-50 of their remaining 2. Yeah, but what a weird pairing that is, right? The only people who had 10 wins as of day 14 were them, with only one of them being ranked high on the Banzuke, and that was Ao Nishiki, who's ranked at Maegashira 1 for the first time in his career, only 12 tournaments into his career. Everyone else is ranked Maegashira 10 and below.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as I say, the top of the Banzuke did not perform. Probably top half of the Banzuke did not perform as well as we on paper want them to.
Right.
But they did not crap out like they did in June or May. Excuse me, in May, where the upper Maegashira 1 to 5 all had Makekoshi.
Yeah, that was a real chaotic time.
Yeah. But yes, Ao Nishiki, certainly we came in, and I came in to this. I said at the end of the last show, I really felt that he was in the driver's seat, right? He'd beaten everyone above him, and he was now, if he could win, the only people who was left to fight were people ranked below him, and probably he'd fight a bunch of these people at the that are in the yusho race. just because that's who they're going to pair him against. Why pair him against someone who's ranked Maegashira 4 and is not doing well when they can pair him against Tommy Fuji, who's Maegashira 10 but is in the hunt for the yusho.
Yeah.
And so but still, he'd beaten a Yokozuna and an Ozeki and 2 Sekiwake. I mean, he'd just already done it. So I was saying that from my perspective, his biggest opponents, his biggest challengers at the moment were nerves
Yes.
and
Yeah.
overconfidence.
Overconfidence and ego. Right.
And Kota Shoho, on the other hand, at Maegashira 15, is having the tournament of his career, and he's one of those guys that everyone's kind of thought, skill wise, he probably should be ranked higher. He should be getting up towards the top of Maegashira, but he never has. Right? He's kind of struggled around mid Maegashira, around the Maegashira 10, Maegashira 9 level. He's always had trouble, and he just kind of bounces around a bit. This tournament, he's doing really well at 11-2. So here we look at on the day 14 pairings. We see that let me just make sure we're on day 14. Koto Shoho's getting bumped up to go against Kirishima.
Yeah.
Right? And Kirishima's trying to get wins so that he can make an Ozeki run to get back to his old rank of Ozeki, second highest in the sport. And he had a strong first week, kind of stumbled a bit in the second week, and he came into this last weekend with only 8 wins. And he really, really needs double digits. And so they were fighting, who else? Tommy Fuji was fighting Takayasu, another ex Ozeki who's having a pretty good tournament. Kusuno and Ao Nishiki are fighting each other. And
very anticipated.
Yeah. So Shoho there, that's the 4 of them. That's what they look like. That's who they were fighting on day 14. So let's look at the results, and we see that what happened was Koto Shoho beat Kirishima.
Yeah.
Did you watch the last couple of days?
I watched just the tail end of day 14, and I was starting into day 15.
Yeah. So Koto Shoho, Kirishima had that one. He had him. And like he has done more and more in the last year or two, just kind of let it slip away. And Koto Shoho made a good move. I don't want to take it away from him, but Kirishima, given his experience, given where he's at, given what he's aiming for, really should not have lost that match.
Yeah,
it was his loss. Again, that sounds like I'm taking too much. Koto Shoho made a good move, but it wasn't so good that those watching would go, "Whoa! Where did that come from?"
Yeah.
He made a good move, and my thought was, Kirishima, how did you let that happen? But he wins to stay in the lead. And as we look down a little further, Ao Nishiki lost to Kusuno.
Yeah.
Kusuno, top division rookie, who's having, coming in and just having this great tournament out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere. And Ao Nishiki, who's been rolling along, and I think this was definitely an overconfidence loss.
Yeah.
The Kusuno beat him because Ao Nishiki went blowing in there like, this guy can't possibly keep up with me. And Kusuno met him at the Tachiai. They had a pretty even Tachiai, and I don't think that Ao Nishiki was ready for having to put up that strong of a fight. And Kusuno just beat him, just pushed him around, pushed him out. and Atami Fuji lost to Takayasu. Takayasu, the oldest guy in the top division,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
who just set a new record by being the oldest person to get a Kimboshi.
Yeah.
So yeah, wow. Really, that Saturday was so much on top of everything. The whole tournament has been, wow, didn't expect that. I came into Saturday thinking, okay, well, this is how it's been going. I think I've got a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. Nope. Yeah, that was just wild, weird, wild stuff.
Wild stuff.
Uda pulled out of the tournament, having injured his hip on the previous day, so he missed the last 2 days.
Wait, that happened on the 13th or the 14th?
I think that was on the 14th.
Got it.
Maybe it was the 13th. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I think. No, he was listed. He was listed to fight on the the 14th was the day that he pulled out. He hurt himself on the 13th.
Got it.
Because
Gotcha.
he had a Midori Fuji gets a win over him by Fusen. And we look down here on the chart. Fusen being withdrawal. Uda withdrew. He was scheduled for that match and didn't show up. Shodai gets a ninth win there over Roga.
Yay!
And what is it? So I always look at how many people go 7-7. Right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's only for 3 or 4. Sometimes it's 8 or 9.
Most times it's Shodai.
This time, only 2. Only 2
really?
Rishi are 7-7, which just says that people either got it or didn't.
Right? Yeah, it's pretty stark. Yeah.
So Roga wound up being 7-7, and who's the other one? I got to find him on the chart here. Hiradomi was also 7-7. So they went head to head on Sunday. But that means that going into day 15, we had this situation. I'm going to turn off the results and then load up day 15. We had Koto Shoho as the sole leader.
Isn't that something?
With Aonishiki and Kusano behind him. And Aonishiki and Koto Shoho were scheduled to fight each other on day 15. That was the matchup.
Yeah.
Koto Shoho and Aonishiki. So if Aonishiki wins, if Koto Shoho wins, he wins the tournament.
Yeah.
And if Aonishiki wins, they're going to have a playoff at the end of the day after all the other matches are done. And if they go to a playoff and Kusano wins, and Kusano is slated to face Takayasu. If Kusano beats Takayasu and Aonishiki beats Koto Shoho, then they will have a 3-way playoff, which would be very exciting. What we got? Oh, Onosato and Koto Zakura. You know what? It's been a long time since it's supposed to be that on the final day, the Yokozuna are either fighting each other or fighting Ozeki.
Right.
It's been a long time since we've had an Ozeki who's performed well enough to not get overlooked for that. And so, as mediocre as Koto Zakura did this tournament, he did well enough that he got into the Musubi no Ichiban, the final match of the day, against Onosato.
Yeah.
Wakatakage and Kirishima go head to head. Interesting because both of them are Sekewake who are trying for Yokozuna runs. And I believe that Wakatakage came in at 9-4 or 9-5, and Kirishima came in at 8-6. So Kirishima's already kind of blown his chance to keep his Ozeki run having a good chance. I needed digits, and he can't get it now. Wakataka Kage still doesn't have the double digits and really wants them.
Yeah.
But Kirishima, if he can get to 9, he can tell himself he's still got an outside shot. And he would if he got 14 or 15 wins in September.
I want that for him. Yeah.
So that was a big match there in the final. Next to Musubi. What's the word for that? Musubi no Mae, the match before the last match.
I see.
Yeah, here I'm just showing off my Japanese there.
I like it. I'm here for it.
So yeah, we see Oshoma and Tamawashi, Kusano and Takayasu, Aonishiki and Koto Shoho. A lot of good matches piled up there at the end of the day. Tommy Fuji's fallen all the way down. He's down all the way down to fighting Chuda Naomi. That's what happens when you're in the mix and you're eliminated. They say, all right, go back to where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. You plummet.
And you feel sad. Takanosho and Shodai, Kintamiyama on his video did a nice little mashup. That was the Takano Shodai match.
Takano Shodai match.
Takanosho and Shodai.
Yeah.
Takano Shodai.
The latest power, not power couple, I guess. Middling.
Yeah. So let's turn on the results and see what happened there.
Take a look at
Takanosho beat Shodai, first of all.
Yeah.
Atami Fuji beat Chuda Naomi. Looking up this, where do we get the interesting ones? Aonishiki lost to Koto Shoho. Aonishiki, that Maegashira won, coming up blazing, looking like he's trying to prove that he's ready to go to the Sanyaku, which he's going to for sure. He's going to get a Sanyaku bump, but he could possibly win this tournament. And he was in the driver's seat, right? He if he'd won both of his last 2 matches, he'd have won. If he won this one, he went 50-50, he'd get into a playoff. He lost them both. And I'd say his Saturday loss looked like an ego loss.
Yeah.
Sunday loss looked like a fear loss. He came in and he really looked to me like he had what the golfers call the yips. He was afraid to go in. He didn't have a big, strong tachi. He really looked hesitant. And Koto Shoho went in like he had nothing to lose because he didn't, and won, and he won pretty convincingly. Again, I think that while I feel like if I'm going to take solace as a prognosticator, it was not that Aonishiki did what I thought he was going to do. It's that the problems I predicted for him turned out to be the problems he had. There's not a lot of money in being good at that kind of predicting, but
no, there's not.
But yeah, no, I mean, I know you were just getting started on watching Day 15, but when you watch that match, have a look and see if you agree that it really looks like Aonishiki came in half gun shy already at the tachi, and Koto Shoho just did what he needed to do and won his first ever yusho at Maegashira 15.
Yeah, good for him.
As it turns out, Kusano also lost to Takayasu, so if they'd gone to a playoff, he wouldn't have been involved.
Yeah.
But that was a big. Takayasu came out with his big tsupari, big smackety smack, and just Kusano had no answer for it. He showed that he was a guy from the lower ranks who'd had a good tournament and ran into
a brick wall.
he ran into a former Ozeki.
With something to prove, right?
Yeah. So Takayasu finishes with 10 wins also. So we wind up in the end with did I write this down here? I didn't. I gotta switch over and look at this. We wind up with Koto Shoho winning the tournament with 13-2 record. No one finishes at 12-3. No one. So he winds up in the end with a buffer, which he doesn't need because the tournament's over already.
Right, but well and truly won it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And at 11-4, we've got Yokozuna Onosato, Maegashira 1 Aonishiki, Maegashira 4 Tamawashi, Maegashira 10 Atami Fuji, and Maegashira 14 Kusano all get second place finishes, which is pretty outstanding. So again, Onosato finishes with a Jun Yusho, a kind of weak sauce opening bid as a Yokozuna, right? Having just won his last 3 tournaments, or 2 of his last 3 tournaments. But he still manages to finish second because everyone else did that way. Aonishiki, Maegashira 1 for the first time ever, only 12 tournaments into his career. He's for sure going up into the Sanyaku. Probably only to Komusubi because there's not going to be an opening at Sekiwake. And we had 3 Sekiwake, but Daisho was out injured the whole time. I'm not sure what they're going to do with him. And we can talk about this at the end of the show about where we think what is going to happen to the rankings. I'm not sure. Usually you drop a big long way when you miss an entire tournament. They might give him some benefit of the doubt as he had a possible Ozeki run, and he could have earned an Ozeki promotion this tournament if he had done well enough, except he was injured. And now we run into that hard tough love version of sumo. It's like, well, sorry, you lost.
Right.
You went 0-15, so
try harder next time.
You're dropping a ways. Sorry, son.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been pondering that, and I haven't. Maybe in the next 15, 20 minutes, I'll come up with a thought, but I don't have one. But we got a bunch of special prizes. There are a lot of special prizes given out this time. For the Kanto Show, the Fighting Spirit Award. And for those of you who don't know, at the end of each tournament, there are 3 special prizes that can be given out but don't have to be. And each one can be given out to multiple people if they earn it. And they have a prize committee that votes on who gets what towards the end of the tournament. Very often they wind up saying, if you win on the final day, or if you do this, you'll get this prize. So they kind of encourage good performance on the final day, not resting on your laurels of the past,
right?
Keep doing well on the previous 14 days.
Right.
But the Kanto Show, the Fighting Spirit prize, went to Kusano and Koto Shoho and Fujinokawa. Fujinokawa is guy down at the bottom of towards the bottom of the division. This was his debut tournament. It's the first time he's ever got a promotion into the top division. And if we look down, he finished at 10-5, double-digit wins.
Okay, good for him.
So he gets a Fighting Spirit prize. The Ginosho, the Technique prize, went to Aonishiki and Kusano. So now Kusano has 2 special prizes. Besides finishing second, he has 2 special prizes, which is really awesome. Again, his rookie outing in the top division.
Excellent.
And the Shukun Show, the Outstanding Performance Prize, Outstanding Performance Prize, went to Tamawashi and Koto Shoho.
Yeah, they
2 of
split
those.
it.
So Tamawashi wins another one, oldest guy, and our yusho winner. So Koto Shoho also gets 2 special prizes as well as the yusho.
I wonder. Tamawashi must be really proud. Just being where he's at and how he's held on, and it's just if he were to retire today, it's right at the he's just up there at the top. It's really great.
Yes, I agree. He also must be kind of, oh, it was so close.
Yeah, yes, you're
Right?
right.
He's one of the few guys who's never been an Ozeki in our current thing, and he's won 3 yusho.
Oh,
He's won 3 yusho, and the last one being about 5 years ago, which was pretty old then. um, He also is the leader among active wrestler in most kimboshi. Kimboshi are the gold stars that
yeah.
we were talking about before that Yokozuna give up if a Maegashira ranked wrestler beats him.
So he's harvested a bunch of those.
He's got 6 of them, which is more than anyone else who's currently active.
Wow, so somebody holding multiple records, gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, he should get that Ozeki.
Yeah. So yeah, and there were 7 kimboshi given out this tournament.
Oh, wow.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
Kimboshi went to Tamawashi, who got his 6th. Abi got his 5th. So Abi is second in the among active wrestlers, with 5. Oho got his 3rd. Wakamoto Haru got his 2nd. And Aonishiki Hakuoho and Koto Shoho all got their 1st. So a lot of kimboshi. Yeah. I don't know what we think about that. But that means if I come over here to the app and I switch to the Hoshitori view, we will see now this is the Banzuke, which with everyone's score underneath, so we can see how they did. And we see that Hoshori was out after only 5 matches, and Onosato did 11-4. Kotozakura 8-7 is not a great record for an Ozeki.
No,
but I mean, guess there's no but. At least it's not a Makekoshi.
Now, if he is it right that if he loses or has a losing record twice, that then he can be demoted?
If he loses his losing record 2 times in a row, he gets demoted. So when Ozeki has a losing record, has a Makekoshi, he is considered to be in a status is called Kadoban. In the following tournament, and that means that he's on notice that if he has another losing record, he'll be demoted from Ozeki. And if that does happen, an Ozeki who gets demoted like that has a one-time chance to make a quick earn back of his Ozeki rank. Usually you've got to get 33 wins over the course of 3 tournaments. But on the tournament following demotion, if the Ozeki can get 10 wins, can get double-digit wins in that tournament, then they'll get promoted right back up to Ozeki and start it all over again. I mean, 10 at that rank is hard, And if you're someone who's had 2 Makekoshi in a row, it better be because you had an injury that you've recovered from, because coming back for 10 wins is hard. It's just hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Then we see Daisho at he was out the entire tournament. Kirishima also only finished at 8-7. Just he he got those 8 wins and then had 4 losses in a row to end the tournament. He 2 years ago, I was sure he was about to become a Yokozuna, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there were physical injuries there for sure. He had some very bad physical injuries. Now it really does seem to be mental. Right? He's healed up, and he's always going to have to protect himself physically for the rest of his life. But it really seems like he's something. Uh, some guys getting that close and missing just breaks you a little.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that might be what happened to him. But we'll see. Wakatakage though got his 10-5. He's going to have a shot at Ozeki promotion if he does well enough in September. But he's going to have to do. I think he's going to need 13 or 14 wins to do that.
To really pull it off. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen with Daisho. Right? Oshoma is going to get dropped down. Oshoma Makikoshi at Komusubi. That spot is going to open up. Are they
Right.
going to just drop Daisho one rung because he was injured? Probably not, because Takayasu got a double-digit wins. I don't think they're going to bump him up to Sekewake. Maybe they will. They went to 3 this time, which is a little extraordinary.
Right. I remember you mentioning that.
There's a long history of people being at Komusubi and not getting the promotion because the Sekewake above them were in the spots and doing well. So
Right.
it's unclear whether Takayasu will just make a lateral step over to the east side and remain Komusubi. And really, fair enough if they do that, because he was so lucky to keep that Komusubi ranking. He had been Komusubi in May, and he had a Makekoshi.
Interesting.
If
So
you
now
remember. But
so then,
because
yeah, I do.
because to all of the Maegashira, the top of the Maegashira division, all did so badly, they only gave him a lateral step demotion instead of a full 2 or 3 step demotion. And so it there was a lot of talk prior to the tournament coming in about how lucky he was and how he didn't. I mean, there in 100 years, no one in that position had ever kept a Komusubi ranking because he had double-digit losses in May.
Yeah.
So he was lucky to keep it. So maybe they pay back that luck by only giving him a half step, and he should be thankful to get it.
Right. Well, then, okay. So where do we then see Aonishiki and
So Aonishiki is going to be be a Komusubi. I don't think they leapfrog him up to Sekiwake.
got it? Okay.
Particularly if, again, how they judge these things is all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
the kind of stuff you love. But particularly because he got to this final weekend with a chance to win it all, and he lost 2 in a row to people who were ranked lower than him. I think that, for me, that nixes his chance of getting leapfrogged up to Sekiwake.
Right. And then, so Tamawashi then, where do you think he's?
Tamawashi at 11-4 at Maegashira 4, he'll wind up at Maegashira 1 probably.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
I think Daisho also winds up at Maegashira probably maybe 1. No, because Abi's going to get promoted. Maegashira 2 or 3 probably.
Uh,
And he'll just have to fight his way back up again.
right.
Yeah, we look here. Nishiki, Wakamoto Haru, Abi 9-6. Couple of stupid hankas during the tournament that pissed me off. Kim Bozon had another terrible tournament, 4-11.
Can you? Yeah, right. That's not good.
Hakuoho came on like fire in the first half and the middle of the tournament and just kind of had a weak second half. Again, I think that's him learning as he has to fight the upper level guys. Um, he's a young guy. He's a very young guy. He's got time to learn, and he's got a Kachikoshi there. He'll go up to. I think he'll just get a one rank promotion out of this, but he'll be there. He'll be there for us to look at in September.
What about Meisei? That's just
Oh, Meisei is clearly injured all tournament long, and
yeah.
he put in a really strong effort, but his body was not cooperating at all. So yeah, at 3-12, we're going to see him down in the teens somewhere, probably.
That's rough.
Takeru Fuji hurt himself again. Still waiting to hear what really is wrong with his arm, but oh man, this guy has got negative luck.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tobizadu had to pull out 3-10. He's going to drop all the way down into the teens. Endo at being out entirely. He's on that block of they might drop him all the way to Jurio, except there's a lot of other people that are going down to Jurio. and there aren't a lot of people coming up this time. Ura Chiyashoma at 1-14, he's going to Jurio. Right. 0-15 for Endo is enough to maybe do it. A fighting 1-14 for Chiyashoma.
Oh, ouch.
He's going down. He was
Yeah.
there every day. He's on the one hand, good for him for showing up, but I don't know if you remember 2 tournaments ago, he had a great tournament and got promoted up to like Maegashira 3, his all-time high. He's the second oldest guy in the division, and did very badly. And then this tournament has just done even worse.
Do you think he's set to retire? Is he?
Maybe. I mean, I thought he was before he went on that big winning streak.
Yeah.
So whether by dropping down into the mid-teens or Jurio, he can turn himself around again. I don't know. He's 36 years old.
Ancient.
For Rikshi, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah. So here we go. Looking down at the bottom, Shishi's going back to Jurio. So we look down here at the bottom, right? Hidenomi definitely going down. Shishi got a slightest chance of maybe holding on. Kotoeho's going down. Kaio's going down. And then we've got this big cushion of people who've got Kachikoshis.
Yeah.
And so that's why people like Chiyashoma almost certainly going down.
Right.
And Sadanaumi at 4-11. He's in a big danger zone too. Tobizadu at 3-10-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that the fact that, like I say, there's not a lot. So I'm going to switch over here. This is what's going on in Jurio, and we see Nishikigi will get the promotion. Ryuden will get the promotion. Shonanomi maybe 10 wins is good. Tomokaze probably not, only 9 wins.
Yeah.
And then we've got a bunch of guys 8-7, and then a bunch of people who don't have who have losing records. So at best, there are 5 guys here that that might get an Oshomi. No, at 8 and 7 at Jurio 3, no way they're going to promote him. So we got at best 4 guys. Tomokaze is a really weak case. We've got 3 strong and a 4th possible. So we come back here to look. That means we've got to find 3 or 4 people to demote.
That's not too hard to do.
Probably Shishi, probably Kotoeho, Kaio for sure, Hidenomi for sure. There's 4 right there.
Yeah.
So that means, and Chiyoshima at 1 and 14 might get preferable drop treatment. You know what? No, you go down, which is why Shishi at 7 and 6, 7 and 8 might hold on, maybe. But yeah, we've got with only 4 people who have earned the possibility of getting promoted up, and that many weak guys down at the bottom. That makes it safer for Tobizaru and Sadanomi.
Yeah.
And
this is the part. This is where I'm at. This particular, it just kind of looking at the ebb and the flow and the math of it all, and who's bobbing up and who's going down, and it is interesting to take a look at the lower ranks and see, just at that level, who's even eligible or might be considered eligible. Yeah. Will they go with somebody? Let's say somebody is neck and neck in the lower ranks, and one of them has experience in the upper ranks. Will they choose the upper ranks person because of their experience, or will they stick with the scoring? Like, do they take the whole thing into consideration?
It really gets to be a case by case basis, it gets to be very political.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, my investigative agency needs to get off the ground.
And it then gets into the, not only is it who was in the top division before, so who's got existing connections, but it's what stable are they from?
Yeah.
And what's happening to other people in that stable.
So they'll get real granular then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, I think that we have an interesting Banzuke. I know that Kintamayama and a few other people run Guess the Banzuke games.
Yeah, I was looking at those. Yeah.
And those you need to take part in now, because they want you to they want all the guesses to be in the next few days, because the decision for what the next Banzuke is going to be gets made in the next 2 weeks. It doesn't get announced until the end of August, but the decision gets made pretty soon. So,
yeah, I was just looking at that. I was going to pull. Excuse me. I'm choking. Pardon me. I was just looking at that. I was trying to see all the other contests and maybe throw my hat in the ring.
Yeah.
For a few of those, just to,
just for the fun of it,
just to spread the ridiculousness.
You got a lot of that.
I do indeed. I come equipped.
So, hey, speaking of games and results,
yes,
would you like to know what happened to our Fantasy Oyakata game?
Fantasy Oyakata. I was waiting for you to say it.
Speaking of ridiculous. All right. This is our Fantasy Oyakata spreadsheet. And we see our best possible score this time turns out to be 67.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, one of the things that we got a lot of here is we got a lot of special points. With all those special prizes and Kimboshi,
changed it up a bit.
There's a lot of special points out here. So Onosato, 11 and 4, best you could get in the championship level, +1 because he finished second place.
Ah, I see.
In the Sanyaku level, 10-5 is our best score, and that was Wakataka Kage and Takayasu. None of whom got any prizes. But in the upper Maegashira, if you picked Aonishiki, which we know some people did, you get 11 wins, 4 losses, and 3 special points.
Nice.
1 for Kimboshi, 1 for finishing at Jun Yusho, second place, and 1 for winning a special prize.
Is that the highest count of special prizes for in our competition? Yeah.
That we've seen in a while?
Yeah.
It may be. But hold on, we're not done yet.
I know.
Tommy Fuji, also 11-4 wins. 11 wins, 4 losses, and 1 special prize for 1 special point for getting a special prize. Koto Shoho, if you picked him in the lower Maegashira, which no one did, you would have gotten 13 points for the wins, only 2 losses, and
4. That's great.
Because he got a Kimboshi, and he won, and he got 2 special prizes.
That's great.
And so, far and away, best.
Yeah, no, he wasn't on anybody's bingo card.
No. If you picked him, though, you'd have gotten 1 extra point if you picked him as your Yusho winner. And if you picked any of these, Onosato, Aonishiki, Tamawashi, Atami Fuji, or Kusano, you also get a +1 to your total for having predicted the Jun Yusho winner. I will show you. You know what? I'm going to unveil these in a weird way. We're going to show that what happened here is only one person got any points out of picking the Yusho and Jun Yusho winner.
Well.
Someone picked Onosato, and we know that it's Masutarida picked Onosato as a Jun Yusho and gets that. So let's come back here and see what's going on for our final ranks.
Okay, I'm not last. All right.
Grand Poobah.
Thank you, Grand Poobah, for taking that bullet.
30 points. Took Hoshoryu, which really hurt. Took Takayasu, which is a good pick, but took Kinbozan, which is a bad pick. Ura had to bow out. Did get 8 wins, which is not terrible, but missed 2 or 3 matches, and picked Shishi.
Yeah.
And then, all right. Next up. Troy.
Hey.
We knew that. But you beat him. You beat him by 1 point. You picked Hoshoryu. You picked Wakakage, so same.
Yeah.
You picked Oho, which is better.
Ish.
Picked Tobizaru, which is
Tobizaru, buddy.
But Oho, you know what got you that 1 point?
The special
Oho's Kimboshi.
That's great.
What got you guys were tied until I factored in Oho's Kimboshi.
Nice. Well, thank you.
That's the 1 point difference. Next up, we have JJ.
Nice.
Chief Dumbface, 40 points. Hoshoryu and Wakataka Kage. Aonishiki, big choice. Chiyoshoma, 1-14. Bad choice.
That's what got him. Yeah.
If he hadn't picked Chiyoshoma, if he gotten someone who just did average, he'd have been right in the mix.
Yeah.
Kusano, which is a really good choice. And his picks were Hoshoryu and no one.
And nada.
JJ, put in your Jun Yusho pick, man. Next up, we have me.
Staniel.
48. With Onosato and Wakataka Kage. And, Wakamoto Haru, who bailed out on me again. Never picking him again. Never picking you again, Wakamoto Haru.
You've done it now, Waka.
Takeru Fuji, breaking my heart.
Yeah.
And Kusano. Which means that at number 2, we have Mastarida with 52 points. Wound up beating me by 4 points this time. As we know, we had almost exactly the same with Onosato and Wakamoto Haru. It was the fact that Abi did better than Wakamoto Haru, and he got the 1 extra point for having picked Onosato.
Nice.
So well
Some
done,
good picking,
Mastarida.
yeah.
But not good enough because our yusho winner this time is
Baseball
Berry.
Berry.
Baseball Berry,
Nice.
58. Winning, walking away. Look at that. That was 7 special points.
That's so great. Wow.
All right, he picked Kotozakura, who just did average. Takayasu, stop that, Stan. Come on. Takayasu, 10-5. Aonishiki, 11-4-3. Atami Fuji, 11-4-1. Kusino, 11-4, 11-4, 11-4.
Nice. Wow. Really picked the
Good
whole
choices.
lineup.
Good choices in the Maegashira ranks. And then he picked Kusino and Takayasu, so he got no extra points out of that. But he did get 58 points, which is a lot more than anyone else. 10 points above me.
He really pulled it out.
Well done.
That's
well done, sir. You will go on to the chart of all-time champions to be listed next time and forevermore.
That's right. That's right. You get an all-expenses-paid trip to nowhere.
To your kitchen.
Yeah, to your own kitchen, and grab yourself a celebratory bite of whatever you have.
Whatever you happen to have already, yes. Yeah, you get a big old champagne flute full of whatever you have in the refrigerator.
Right. Nice. Something probiotic, I'm presuming. But,
oh, yes, because this is all for fun.
That's right. And we can't really put a price tag on fun.
Yeah.
Well, we can because it's free, but you know.
I mean, we had fun.
Yeah, lots of free fun. All the free fun was had.
Yeah, so there we go. That's the end of the Nagoya Basho. The Rikishi will be going into the summer Jungyo, the summer exhibition tour. A lot of going up north. They'll be going up to the northern part of Japan. The Aomori Prefecture is the northernmost prefecture on the main island, and probably they usually go up to Hokkaido to at least for a stop or two. And historically, a lot of rikishi have come from that area, that part of the country. It's a rural farming community. It's where the big guys came from historically. It's cold weather in the winter. Got to build up the muscle, build up the winter coat.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
And so it's still a lot of rikishi come from that area. So it's the exhibition tour where a lot of them are going to their hometown areas, and they get treated very well. So it should be good.
Yeah.
But they are getting ready for September is the next tournament, of course. And then in October, they will be going to London for the first international Jungyo in a very long time.
Very interesting.
So they're already beginning to plan and think about and talk about that.
And so when's the last time they have done something like that?
I think it was about 2014, 2012, somewhere. It's been over 10 years since they did an international exhibition.
Interesting. Now, do you know how long they've had this planned?
They announced it at the end of last year, so they've been planning it for a while. Wasn't made official until I think it was November or December of last year they announced it. Might have been early this year, but I don't. I think it, I think it was. I think it was the end of last year.
I ask because I just wonder if there's any pressure given the new organization popping up to bring sumo to everybody.
No, I mean this was arranged long before that.
Yeah.
The current head of the Sumo Association, he went to London and performed the first time they did one of these big tours back in the 80s.
Ah,
Um, and he's going to be retiring sometime in the next 2 years. And I think he wanted to get one of these done under his command before he um, before he steps aside.
interesting. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice legacy to have. You must have really enjoyed it. It must have left a really good impression.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, it should be good. I think I don't know whether it was JJ was talking about flying over to the UK to go to see it. I know that
Oh
we have
yeah.
a few fans who are from there who are talking about getting tickets and going to see it, and uh, I admit to being a little envious.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What a fun trip. Japan as well is on my list of places that I want to go. We should start making our plan to head over to Japan and you know finally hold the Yokozuna Deliberation Council and their
Just
shady members.
go bust in and say,
Oh yeah,
hey.
just expose the whole thing. But yeah, I'm sure they'll take it real serious.
I'm sure that they would be very pleased to see you there.
No, you'll be with me, Stan. It'll be us.
They'll welcome you with open arms.
Yes, indeed. I've seen the council.
I
There
will.
are a couple pretty weird ones on there.
I'll turn on you like a rabid dog.
I do not know who this person is. He is a stranger to me.
I don't know where he learned about sumo.
I like it.
But yes, there we go. We will be back. It's time to go back to just my talking head here. We will be back at the end of August, either the very end of August or the beginning of September, when the next Banzuke is announced, and we'll have another second verse, same as the first. We'll do the same kind of thing. We'll have a show for the Banzuke being announced. We'll have a show right before the tournament, and then we'll have the same. I mean, our plan is to do the same lineup of live streams as we did this time. Right? One at the end of week one at the end of week two, and then one at the night of after the tournament is done.
The numbers seem to be pointing in that we should continue that cadence.
Excellent.
By all measures.
Excellent. So Troy, it's been a good tournament. What are you gonna take out of this? What are you gonna remember about?
I think I'll be honest. This particular Basho, I felt a little perplexed. Like there are elements of it. Like I think it's really about the math and kind of watching how people are ranked and and sort of trying to wrap my head around that. I think I got it generally speaking, but one of the things that's really important in sumo is history.
Yeah.
Because there is the influence of their, sort of their where they've come from, and in addition, who they're, where they're training, all of that stuff is just really important because it really does all kind of work together. Yeah. So anyway, that's outside of that, I really enjoyed it, and I'm still kicking myself for voting for Shodai. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was in a gambling fever.
You're like, he's gonna do it this time, and I'm gonna miss out.
Just that I thought I had pegged his ebb and flow. You know what I mean? Like he does bad for a while, then does kind of good, and then does bad, and then
you got a Kachikoshi.
Yeah. And it's I just had hoped that he would the other Shodai would have shown up a little bit more, but anyway,
he didn't.
He did not, but it was fun. No, I really enjoyed it. It was really enjoyable. Some great matches. Some very good sumo overall.
Yes.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
We've talked it all through. I hope you'll go and watch the day 15 matches anyway.
I got them queued up. Yeah. I need to.
Because we may be talking about some of those matches.
I think so.
About history's important.
Yes.
We may be talking about some of these.
Yeah, that's my vibe on this too. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, shall I pull these drums out?
I was going to say yes, but I have to find my script before I say yes. Oh, boy. All right. I am ready when you are.
Here we go.
You have been listening to The Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sumoliering by Stan Brown, and Initial Charge by Touchy Eye Troy.
Hi.
So until the next Banzuke is released, somewhere at the end of the summer, we say to you, Ja Matane.
Bye.